Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my first True Story Tuesday video. My name is Nelly and I'm glad that you're here. True Story Tuesdays is going to be about one of my relationships in the past. The relationship started off super great, super smooth. I was on top of the world and no one could take me down from there. I sure as heck did not want to come down from that feeling. Unfortunately, that relationship ended up in domestic violence. These videos, I'm going to be talking about my experience from beginning to the end. And as the stories keep getting uploaded, they are going to become a little heavier and they might be triggering for someone that has gone through domestic violence or has witnessed any type of toxicity. Because of the heaviness of the videos, I understand if you have to pause or click out of the video. I mean, it can be overwhelming. This is literally my fourth time recording this because I just became very anxious and very emotional. So in order for me to tell you guys my story, I need to be able to tell it and express it the way I want to. I'm uploading these videos because I want to share my strength. I want to share my honesty. I'm not by any means saying that you're in a toxic relationship or that you yourself are a toxic person. If you are someone that has been part of a domestic relationship or you're going through one and you feel misunderstood, you feel embarrassed or ashamed and you feel alone, I just want to let you know that I understand you. You're not alone. I am here for you. And like my cousin told me yesterday, it's okay to not be okay. If you're someone that knows someone that is part of a relationship, whether it's your friend or a family member, you don't understand why this person can't walk away. Through my story, you might be able to understand. And being able to understand someone is one of the biggest compliments you can ever tell anyone. Then I would keep on watching. Oh, one of my younger nieces did my makeup and I was inspired. So here it is. I'm also going to be doing my makeup. That part is just meditative. Figured out that it's really helpful. This relationship, like I said, it started off very great. It started off me being on top of the world and it ended up in a domestic violence. This conversation is probably going to be the lightest part of the entire series. We met when I was 23 years old. It wasn't a very impressive meet. I was actually out with my friends. And as we were walking out of the dancing place that we went to, we were introduced in a very short conversation. We exchanged names. Hi, I'm Nelly. Hi, I'm Riley. Okay, are you going to the next spot? Because we would just kind of like hop around to all these dancing places. And I said no because I was hungry. And I left with my friends and we went to go eat. That was pretty much it. Like, that's how we first met. After that, I actually didn't see him for a while because I gifted myself a trip to Miami with my friends, which was very fun, by the way. When I came back from that amazing trip from Miami, my friends and I had a performance. And then after that performance, went out to eat at this taco joint that we would kind of just invade. And it just so happened that Riley was there with one of his friends. So we all ended up like re-meeting. Well, I ended up re-meeting him that day and we ended up asking him to come sit with us. We all ended up getting along that night. And then before the night ended, the taco restaurant had music playing. And then he asked me to dance. And I remember looking at him and I was like, my hands, they smell like tacos. Then he said, I like tacos. Okay, fine. So we ended up dancing. That was cool that he liked dancing because I obviously love to dance. So it was like, oh, okay, cool. We connected in that way. Fast forward a little bit to us always being around. And the reason why we were always around was because, remember how we met? He was friends with somebody that was already in the dance community. Sorry. That friend of his kept inviting him to like all the events that were happening or just like social dancing nights or any type of socializing that there was. And he easily fit right in. I mean, like, he was one of those people that, you just got along with really well. And he was one of those people that you just want to be around. He was really good. Like, he knew how to carry himself. He knew how to talk to people. He was very charismatic and he was very accepted. So eventually he became friends with other people in the community. And then those people would invite him, which, resulted in him and I always being around each other. Very beginning, we were very obvious that we were attracted to each other and people would see it too. Looking forward to seeing each other. Like, oh, there's this person here and I want to get to know him. I think it was very, very obvious that we wanted to be around each other, even though we still hadn't exchanged phone numbers, but we got along and we clicked very, very well. And one day I go on my Facebook, infamous Facebook, and Oh, I am shiny because I am sweating. Oh my gosh. I sweat a lot. So then one day he messages me on Facebook basically saying like, hey, I think you're cool. Here is my number. Now, let me tell you something about me, about young Nelly. I was so like headstrong about my MO towards men. And the reason why like I was just so, I guess in other words you might want to say uptight towards men, was because of the way I grew up seeing certain things and hearing certain things. So I was very like on the defensive mode with men anytime. But for some reason I was just like, you know what, Nelly, like let your guard down. It's okay. I was gonna text him, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, sorry guys, I am like really sweaty. There's nothing wrong with getting to know someone. There's nothing wrong with texting. Step out of your comfort zone. That's what I told myself. Just do it. Like Nike, just do it. Messaged him back and then ourselves messaging each other a lot. In March when we re-met, he had my number. We became pretty close really fast. That was in April. So in April, we also had like our first hangout, just me and him, which was, I guess, later on we called like our official dating point. He's like, hey, we should hang out. Sure, I'll go after I'm done hanging out with my friends. And we ended up going to this bar that no longer exists. That's when we basically told each other we like each other. And then around our friends, well, around my friends, because I didn't really get to know his friends. My friends already kind of assumed like, oh, okay, you guys are pretty exclusive. Nothing official, but exclusive. June comes around and he's already coming to my house, because let me just make it very clear, we got really comfortable around each other really fast, because from the moment that we re-met until we literally broke up, we were around each other like 24/7. Like there would be not a single time that we were not. And when I didn't see him like once a week, that was like out of the norm. That's how much time we were just around each other. So by the time June came, it just felt natural at that point for him to already come and like meet my family or come into my space, which is my home. I remember one day he gets a call from one of his older sisters. I'm not gonna go too much into detail about what happened, because that part of the story is not my business. But the reason I do bring it up lightly is because I believe whatever happened with that situation, with him unfortunately losing someone in his life, really played a role on our relationship in the future. When his sister called about the situation, we're just gonna call it the situation, he asked me like, hey, I'm really gonna need you to be there, you know, could you come? It would mean a lot. Like, what kind of question is that? Like, of course I'm gonna be there. It's like impulsively I just said yes, of course. I didn't even think about like, oh shoot, Nelly, like you're gonna meet family. We got there and I wanted to just respect the family. This is a very intimate moment and I just didn't want to, I wanted to respect the privacy of the situation. So I sat somewhere else when we were at the establishment. And then later on, he started introducing me to his entire family as his girlfriend. I heard that coming out of his mouth. Inside of me, inside like my head, like, what? You never asked me to be your girlfriend. You know, I'm kind of a romantic person, so I wanted to be asked. But on the outside, obviously the outside, I was like, oh, you know, hi, how are you? I don't know if my face expression showed it at the time, but I just like went with the flow. Going back home, I remember me looking at him and I said, so you introduced me as your girlfriend, but you never asked me. I want you to actually be romantic and ask me. Okay, this is not working. No. A lot of people are like, I don't want to tell people to ask me. I want them to want to ask me. Well, the truth is, as human beings, we're not mind readers. So sometimes we have to let people know exactly what we are feeling or thinking. We gotta be honest, okay? So I brought it up to him. Let's fast forward to the time that he asked me out. So he asked me out June or July. No, it had to be June. It had to be June. And yeah, it was June. We went back to the bar that I was talking about earlier. It doesn't exist anymore, but we went back to that bar and it wasn't anything out of the norm, because even after we went there, we would actually go there frequently. So like us going there, for me, I wasn't like, oh, what is he doing? Now it was like, okay, we're just gonna go there and eat. He orders for the both of us, and when the food gets there, he's like, he looks down at the food and he looks at me, he goes, hey, does this look familiar? And I was like, it does. And I said, this is the same order we had when we first hung out. He's like, my girlfriend. And I said, yes, with like the cheesiest smile on my face. I mean, like, come on, guys. I'm 23. He's very like charming, and he also dances, and he gets along with my friends. At this point, this is June. At this point, he's already friends with my friends, and he is just always there. He's always available. He is like always just complimenting me and always making me feel good. I liked feeling what I felt at that moment. I said, duh. I want to be your girlfriend, and I think this is really cute that you did this. Before we ended up leaving the restaurant, you know, we just feel like an energy change, like shift. I felt that energy shift, and I said, you know, I looked at him and I said, hey, are you okay? And he looks at me with really very, very sad eyes, and I right away knew what he was feeling. I right away knew what he was thinking. And I said, you know, you can talk to me about anything that you want. You know, I'm very understanding person. And he looks at me and he smiles and he goes, yeah, just one thing. Would it be okay if we don't use June as our official date? You know, because of the situation. Let's use April as our official date. I said, yes, I think that's a very good idea. Make the month of April our official date. Going to my friends and like texting them like, guys, I have a boyfriend officially. With my family, I think in their eyes, like they already knew. Actually, no, lies. I didn't introduce him until we were boyfriend and girlfriend. I think I would sneak him into my house. But when he became my boyfriend, I told my mom, and my mom was like, oh, okay, is it that boy Riley that you always talk about and all this stuff? And I said, yes, that's him. That is who I am dating now. Very instantly, he got along with my family. Well, he got along with my mom, which is a big deal. Along with my mom was just like the cherry on top of everything. I just kept repeating to myself, like, I am on top of the world right now. Like, everything is perfect. Holy crap, I could not kid you how excited and ecstatic I was to finally have this kind of person in my life, because I felt like he was the one, the person that I was gonna spend the rest of my life with. He was the reason why I didn't want to keep looking anymore. Like, he was it. I was so convinced I hit the jackpot. Literally, that is literally what I told myself. So now we're in July. My friends and I had already pre-planned a trip to Orlando, and not only were my dance friends going, but my best friend too. It just can't get any better. And there's dancing. Like, oh, you have no idea. Just even thinking about that trip, it's just so like mind-blowing. For those who know what I'm talking about, you know that trip was the shit. Sorry guys, I'm gonna try not to swear, but you know, I'm a human being. I want you guys to feel like this is real. You know, I know this is only a camera in front of me or my phone in front of me, but when you guys are watching, I'm talking to you. You know, I'm talking to you, and I want you to feel like, oh, we're having this conversation one-on-one. So I'm gonna try not to swear, but it might slip out, and I'm sorry. All, you know, taking pictures, and we're all dancing, and we're all drinking, and the pool right outside of our room, which is like perfect. I'm there for like 4 days, and in 4 days, a lot can happen. After like the performances and concerts, there's social dancing, salsa, bachata. I think there was like some merengue. Those events, people dress up, and they dress up, pop on some lashes, dress to impress, or you know, everybody's looking fly. I too want to look fly. I too want to pop on some eyelashes. You know, I want to look cute. I want to wear heels. You know, when you spin me, I want to, you know, I want to look cute. That dress, just to let you guys know, that dress literally came up to here, and it came down either below my knees or under my knees or on my knees, somewhere there, but not above the knee. I know that for sure. And then it was a long sleeve up to my wrist, and it was tight to the body, and it was glittery. That was probably like the first dress that I've ever owned that was simple and elegant and sexy and very like classy. I'm getting ready, and then I step out of the bathroom. He's like, whoa, that's sexy. And then he said it again, but this time he said, oh, that's a little too sexy. Like, yeah, he goes, people are gonna be looking at you. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I want people to look at you. When he said that, my gut literally turned into like knots, like, and my heart just started pounding really, really fast. That side of me, that defensive side of me, that just, it just came forefront. And I said, what? And he said, yeah, I don't know if I want people to look at you. Before I responded, I said, Nelly, calm down. Calm down. Try to understand what he's trying to say. So I said, well, what do you mean you don't want me to wear this? He's like, well, people are just looking at you, and I don't know if I want that to happen. Just don't feel comfortable knowing that people might be looking at you. And I said, well, I'm not gonna change because I really like this dress, and it's not like you've never seen me dressed up anyway. It's a quick little side story. Here that night before we got ready, I thought it was a good idea of him and I snuck into a pool. Then we had to like quickly run out because the security guard was making his round. So he helped me get out of the pool, but at the same time that he helped me get out of the pool, I scraped the side of my foot. So I couldn't wear any heels. So when he said that, me just trying to make the light of the situation, I looked at him and I was like, oh, well, I'm like, don't worry, I'm not gonna look too sexy because my foot is scraped, remember? So I can't wear heels. He turns around and he looks at me and he goes, oh yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah. But to myself, I was like, that was a genuine expression. Like, he is not kidding about him not wanting me to look too attractive for people because they're gonna look at me. Like, he is being genuine. I wanted to go off so bad, but I didn't. Just be cool, be nice, like just relax, be gentle, which I already am. So can you imagine me telling me that? In the back of my mind, I was also like keeping in mind that, like the situation that he went through, he's just like on edge, or he's just feeling a certain way. That was like my reasoning for him acting that way. Like, I was kind of like excusing him. I was convincing myself that that's what that was. Like, that is why he's acting that way. That same trip, he started expressing how he didn't like a friend of mine because he said, I have a feeling, I just know that this person likes you, and I just don't want that person to be around you. You just do that for me, not like be around that person. Like, wait, hold on, where's all this stuff coming from? And then I told myself, like, well, Nelly, just hear him out, it'll be okay. Just hear him out, see what he has to say. Like, cool as a cucumber, and he was just expressing himself. I'm a big communicator, so when he was expressing himself that way and communicating those things to me, I was like, well, he's not being like aggressive or anything like that. Like, he's actually like genuinely like having a conversation. And I was like, okay, sure. I dropped it again because I was like, don't overthink it, like, you'll be fine. I was like, okay, sure, yeah, I will try to keep my distance. This person's still in my life, so I guess that kind of like gives you a foreshadowing of how I responded to that later on in the future. We move on from that conversation, and then we go outside to the pool at that feeling again of like me being on top of the world and just, loving life. I got out of the pool and also had to pee. So I was like, whatever, I'll get my drink and I have to pee. My friend, the one that he was telling me about that he didn't feel comfortable with, also asked to come with because my friend needed to use the bathroom. And then we started running. Why did we start running? I don't know. No, I don't have an explanation for it. It is what it is. Really, not even like 10 seconds later. Like, it was like instant. I closed the door and it was like boom, 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 boom. And like, what are you guys doing in there? And I opened the door. I was like, whoa, hey. And he walks in very, like, what are you guys doing in here? Like, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? He goes, well, remember, like, what did we talk about earlier? Like, I told you that I don't want you to one-on-ones with this person. I was like, what? Like, I am refilling my things, and yeah, I know you told me that, but I'm literally in here to get a drink and to pee, and my friend needs to pee. And my tuition again went off. If I have something on my mind that's really heavy on my thoughts, I can't be free. I can't be who I am, and I don't like that feeling. I like to communicate, and I liked being very honest and very forward. I asked him why are you acting like this? You know, I can I know what the reason is? And then he opened up to me, which was really nice, which I really, really appreciated. He had been cheated on, and he was just scared that I was gonna do that to him. I'm not gonna say yes, let's be boyfriend and girlfriend, and then turn around and then go cheat on you. Like that's not my style. That's not who I am. He apologized about, you know, him acting that way and him treating me that way. And I told him that I was letting my guard down with him. I've never done that before, so it's like a scary thing for me to do. He made it very clear, and he said that he wouldn't do that he's gonna learn to trust me. You know, he apologized, and we left it at that. And I told him, like, okay, I understand you, and now I get that that's where that's coming from. He seemed very, very genuine about all that stuff, you know, that we talked about, and I really appreciated that about him. And I was like, whoa, okay. And then again, just like that, I'll switch back to feeling like myself and feeling just free and being able to communicate with him. It's a really good sign. We can actually talk about things, find a solution, and then move on and grow from there, you know? Like literally that is and I just ate that. I was back on top of the world, feeling like the queen of my world. We enjoyed the trip 10 times more because, you know, when you're in a relationship and there's something that you need to talk about and you do and you surpass it, like, doesn't it make you feel more powerful, more connected, more united? We continued dancing, we continued laughing, we continued swimming, we continue, you know, dressing up. We continue, you know, just having a great time with everyone around there. The airport, before we left, you know, he was just being really sweet. He's like, you know, I'm gonna miss you. And I was like, well, that's all right. You know, we're going back home. Like, I'm gonna see you anyway. And he gives me a picture of him and I during the vacation. I thought that was like so sweet and so thoughtful. On top of that, we get along with my mom, and that means a whole lot, like a whole lot to me. So like I can't wait until we go home and share you with my family. You guys want an idea of how he was with my mom? For Valentine's Day, if he got me flowers, he got her flowers. My mom was super charmed by him. That pretty much concludes the end of the video. Love yourself first and love yourself unapologetically. I'll see you guys soon. Adios.